from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the 9 p.m. news telecast of the prestigious channel of Sri Lanka. I am Charita Binipurarachi.
And I'm Kasani Balachandradhikari. We start off with a look at your headlines for tonight. Batalanda Commission report forwarded to the Attorney General. Results of the Supplementary Medical Services examination in 2 weeks. President to visit Vietnam on 3rd of May. The State Vesak Festival at Nuwara, Vesak Week from 10th to 16th of May. Postal voting ends successfully. The little finger will be marked at the elections on 6th of May. Nanihara Scholarship JAMAGA 2025 set of questions and answers released to the market. Liberal Party wins the Canadian parliamentary elections.
On to those and other stories in detail now, and starting off with the top local story. The Batalanda Commission report has been reported to the Attorney General. The government has decided to take further action regarding this report, which has been presented in the Parliament after 25 years, and accordingly steps have been taken to forward it to the Attorney General's department today. The President's Media Division stated that the Commission report, which was tabled in the Parliament recently, has been forwarded to the Attorney General by the President's office under the instructions of President Anura Kumara Dissanayake regarding the legal detainment places and torture chambers in the Batalanda housing complex. The Batalanda Commission report was tabled in Parliament on the 14th of March by the Leader of the House, Minister Bimal Ratnayake. He further said that President Anura Kumara Dissanayake would appoint a special committee to study and make recommendations on the report. Accordingly, the debate in Parliament on the Batalanda Commission report commenced on the 10th of April and went on for 2 days. Since the 1st of January 1988 until the 31st of December 1990, the alleged human rights violations, murders and disappearances that occurred, the responsibility entrusted upon the Commission was to investigate whether illegal detentions, torture happened in reality, and who is responsible for those instances, including 5 other matters.
Cabinet spokesman and Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that the results of the examination held valid health services will be declared within 2 weeks. In the Cabinet briefing held today, the Minister added that the persons selected as per results will be recruited for training during the month of May. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that recruitments were made without holding a competitive examination, since the number of candidates were less than the vacancies, in order to recruit radiographers and audio technicians. In the case of the recruitment of candidates from MLT and physiotherapy, Management Services Department provided the approval to recruit 154 candidates. 354 applications were received for this process, which included the recruitment of 94 physiotherapists. 277 applicants appeared for the examination. The Ministry of Health conducted an examination on the 27th of April in order to recruit all the graduates to government service, since the number of candidates were less than the number of vacancies available. The results of the examinations are expected to be released within 2 weeks. The Minister also answered a query raised by a media person regarding pharmaceuticals. The Minister said that out of the 862 medicine which have been named, there can be a shortage of certain medicine. There will not be an all-out shortage, but it will pertain to certain cases. Although medicine were not available at the medical service in that particular moment, they were available in stores and in hospitals. Both these statistics will have to be taken into account, and certain vested interests have created a notion in order to purchase pharmaceuticals at higher rates.
ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් තොරතුරු දෙන්නේ කවුද? ඒ පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්නේ කවුද? ඒ ගැන කතා කරන්නේ කවුද? ඒ ගැනත් හොඳට හිතලා බලන්න.
The minister stressed that the government will use the maximum power to fix underworld assassinations. The minister said that most of these are conflicts amongst underworld criminal groups involved in the trade of narcotics, and the police is taking actions in this regard. Arrests are also being made and steps will be taken to call back those who have left the country. The government will act strongly against the incidents of assassinations legally.
And meanwhile, it has been decided to hold the state Vesak festival at the Nuvareli International Buddhist Center temple. In the meantime, Cabinet has approved to hold the Vesak week from 10th of May to the 16th of May. Accordingly, it has been decided to hold the State Vesak Festival at the International Buddhist Center Temple in Nuvareli in collaboration with the Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, the Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government and the Department of Buddhist Affairs. Accordingly, the Cabinet has approved the joint proposal presented by the Minister of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government and the Minister of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs to hold the State Vesak Festival on the aforementioned venue. The Cabinet of Ministers approved to sign a Memorandum of Understanding between the Bandaranaike International Diplomatic Training Institute of Sri Lanka and the Diplomatic Academy of Vietnam. The aim is to obtain novel weaves for bilateral, regional and international affairs. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that the President will be on a state visit to Vietnam from the 3rd to the 6th of May, especially on the occasion of the International Vesak Day celebrations. A Memorandum of Understanding for 3 years will also be signed by the two countries. Cabinet approval has been given to the proposal made by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism. The Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal furnished by President Anurakumara Dissanayake to grant policy approval for the Cabinet of Ministers for State Commercial Enterprise Management Draft Bill and appoint a special committee to submit appropriate proposals for further enhancing after reviewing the initial draft. The Cabinet of Ministers approved the resolution furnished by the Minister of Power to allocate the entire network capacity of 152 megawatts only for international competitive bidding process, as well as initiate the bidding process by issuing requests for proposals to procure electricity from project developers under the basis of construction, ownership and execution.
The financial statements and operations of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka 2024 was handed over to President Anurakumara Dissanayake today by the Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, at the President's office. A copy of this report has also been presented to President Secretary Dr. Nandika Sanath Kumaraika by the Governor. A large number of officials, including high officials of the Central Bank, attended this occasion.
And former SLTB Deputy Chairman L.A. Vimalaratne was released today on bail by the Tissamaharama Magistrates Court. He was taken into custody today by the Criminal Investigation Department in accordance with the investigations conducted regarding the house of former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at Kataragama Bus Depot Road, which belonged to the Department of Irrigation in the Baniganga Reserve. The CID has recorded statements from the former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Yoshita Rajapaksa in this respect. And also one of the largest container ships reached Colombo harbour last night, marking a new watershed in Sri Lankan marine history.
The ship is MSC Marella. MSC Marella is the largest ship anchored so far in the eastern terminal of the harbour, controlled by Sri Lanka Ports Authority. The ship, which belongs to a Swiss company, has arrived in Colombo harbour from Flexstowe harbour in Britain. The ship also has a maximum capacity of 240,739 tons, and MSC company owns 6 such ships. The arrival of Marella at Colombo harbour indicates the world that Sri Lanka Ports Authority has the ability to manage any ship in the world. By now, using state-of-the-art methodologies, handling of containers in a secure and efficient manner is being conducted using the STS Grantee cranes. The plan of the Ports Authority is to operate the Eastern Terminal as a semi-automatic terminal in the near future. MSC Marella is scheduled to leave for Singapore tomorrow night.
The Elections Commission stated that casting of postal votes in the local government election will be over by today. The voting process started on the 24th of April and opportunities were also provided on the 25th and 28th of April also. Elections Commissioner Saman Sri Ratnayaka said that the opportunity to cast postal votes will be in the presence of the official who will certify the service places of the voters. The voting continued today. Also, those who fail to cast their votes will not be provided another opportunity to do so. The official ballot papers were handed over at the respective residences on the 27th and 28th of this month, and the distribution process continued yesterday and today also. In case ballot papers were not received after today from the post officers of the area, they will also be able to obtain them. The Postal Department says that more than 95% of the official ballot papers handed over for distribution have already been distributed by the Postal Department. Deputy Postmaster General of Operations Prema Chandra Herath said that if any reason fail to obtain their official ballot papers, they will be able to collect them by attending the post office of their respective areas from the 30th of April until the 6th of May up to 4 p.m. The secured ballot paper packets provided to the post offices have already been distributed.
25 persons were injured when two buses collided at the Beliata municipality limit of the Beliata-Matara road. The accident occurred around 6:30 this morning. According to reports, an SLTP bus collided head-on with a private bus. The wounded have been admitted to the Beliata Provincial Hospital, while 14 of them have been transferred to Tangol Base Hospital for further treatment. According to hospital sources, Beliata Police is conducting further investigations regarding the accident.
President Anurakumar Visanayake paid his last respect to the remains of prominent singer Saman De Silva, whose funeral rites were conducted at the Ravatawat public burial grounds in this evening today. 68-year-old veteran singer Saman De Silva passed away on the 27th of this month. He made a unique contribution to the music sphere in the country. He was able to provide his voice to a number of popular songs in Sri Lanka. Saman De Silva, who entered his full-time music career in 1975, can be described as a unique link to the music world of the country. People's representatives, artists and a large crowd of general public paid their last respect to his body at 3rd Lane Station Road, Agulana. The funeral was also conducted with the participation of a huge crowd representing artists.
More local stories on the other side of this break.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back with more local stories. Prime Minister Dr. Haruni Amarasuri says that the powers of local government institutions has also to be handed over to the government in order to carry forward the development program of the government.
The Premier made these observations joining a public meeting held yesterday in Damodara. Has been organised in order to consolidate the victory of candidates contesting for the Colombo Municipal Council from the National People's Power in the forthcoming local government election. Prime Minister Dr. Nanihara said that the country needs a change this time in order to continue the changes started during the past elections in order to provide a fair lifestyle for all citizens. The aim of the government is to provide everyone a decent life and a rich country, and the program for the same has also been initiated by the government. The government also intends to create local government institutions without corruption. This journey was started by all citizens of the country for a corruption-free society, which could not be achieved in the past. NPP candidate for the Colombo mayorship, Rai Kali Balthazar, pointed out that housing complexes constructed on political aims have become futile, and the burdens of those residents of the complexes have to be lightened, and the lives of all citizens should also become meaningful.
And meanwhile, the General Secretary of the Janata Vimukti Perabuna Tilwin Silva says that political parties are getting used up by following the old political methodologies. He emphasized that the present-day citizens have trusted in civilized political campaigns. Tilwin Silva made these comments joining public meeting organized to consolidate the victory of candidates contesting from the National People's Far for the Kamburupiti electorate in the forthcoming local government elections. The meeting was held at Jatiana in Mathura yesterday. General Secretary of the Janata Vimukti Perabuna Tilwin Silva observed that the forthcoming local government elections will not be a challenge since there is only one party in Sri Lanka, and that is the National People's Power. Some of those who are contesting were former corrupted representatives now in disguise. They have not understood the political of this country so far. The people of the country ended up outdated political systems last year. The president told the opposition in the parliament that if it wants to defeat the government, they will have to form a civilized political party, failing which it would not be a possibility. They were defeated both in the presidential and general elections and will lose their remaining power and also in the forthcoming local government elections. And also a public meeting of the Samagi Jana Balavege was held yesterday in Mathali district under the leadership of the leader of the opposition, Sajith Premadasa. The aim of the meeting was to consolidate the victory of candidates contesting in the forthcoming local government elections from the Samagi Jana Balavege. Leader of the opposition Sajith Premadasa requested people to make SJB victorious in the forthcoming local government elections. The opposition fulfilled things which could not be completed by the present government. Civil security committees will also be established in all local government areas with the participation of the people.
A public meeting of the United National Party was held yesterday in Galle under the leadership of party leader and former President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The aim of the meeting was to ensure the victory of candidates contesting from the United National Party in the local government elections. Former President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that celebrations will be held on the 1st of May, but holding a huge public rally on this occasion will serve no purpose since it is the first holiday before the local government elections. The party has decided to remain in the villages without taking all of them to the May Day rally. He added that after the voting on the 6th of May, the party will have the strength and meetings will be conducted by each and every candidate in all villages at 4 p.m. in the evening.
And on a different note, the firing which occurred yesterday at the Madamula area, Pandura, one person has died and another wounded. According to the police, during a function held at the residence in Madamula West area, the firing has been done by the two unidentified persons who came in a motorcycle. One of the two persons who were wounded died when admitted to the Pandura hospital. He has also been identified as a 35-year-old resident of West Madhamulla area. It has also been revealed in initial investigation that the firing has been done using a T-56 firearm as per police reports. Investigations have been commenced by the Hirana police in order to take into custody the suspects.
Nanihara Scholarship Jayamaga 2025 set of question and answers was released to the market today at the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation premises. This program is being organized by the Education Division of the National Television targeting the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination. The program being conducted for a long time is regarded as an award-winning project. Nanihara program is being telecast over the national television at 4 p.m. daily every year. A set of Nanihara model question and answer papers are released to the market. Accordingly, Nanihara Scholarship Jamaga 2025 was released today and it will be available at all main bookshops throughout the island from tomorrow. The occasion of the release of the set of question and answer papers held at the SLRC premises was attended by Chairman of the SLRC Gihan De Silva, Director General Manojana Dishana Marasinga, Director Educational Program Sanjay Kumar, Director Satish Neelakandan and the rest of the top management of SLRC along with staff of teachers who compiled Nanihara and owners of main bookshops in the island. Chairman of the SLRC, Gihan De Silva, said that the new features will be added including Nanihara in future in order to provide the best to the children. The national channel is engaged in this duty, highly accepting that motto. A commemorative church service for the victims of the Easter Sunday attack was held recently in Los Angeles in USA. The service was organized by the Catholic Association of Sri Lanka in California. The service was conducted at St. Barnabas Catholic Church in Los Angeles, headed by Father A. Damian Fernando. A large number, including the Mahasangha and other religious leaders, joined the church service. A Pahan Puja to commemorate those who died during the Easter Sunday attacks was also held.
Now let's move on to some few more local news items in brief. The authorities of Singapore have informed the government that Jude Shramanta Yamaha, who left the country after receiving a presidential pardon after being sentenced to death in the Royal Park assassination incident. The Attorney General informed this to the Supreme Court today during the hearing of the fundamental rights petition in order to review the progress of the process of extradition of the respondent to this country. Meanwhile, attorney at law former President Maithripala Sirisena informed the Supreme Court today that compensation of 1 billion rupees in order to buy the court after abolishing the presidential pardon awarded to Jude Shramanta Yamaha, who was sentenced to death. The police is expected to public assistance in order to arrest a suspect identified in connection of a financial fraud committed and the theft of a jeep valued at 16.5 million rupees of the 25th of this month. The police request to provide information about this person to the following telephone numbers.
Foreign news on the other side of this break.
Welcome back with international stories. And Canada's governing Liberal Party, led by Prime Minister Mark Carney, has won the national elections.
The official stated that it is unsure whether he will secure a majority in Parliament.
Political analysts showcase that the victory of the Liberal Party will be a turning point in Canada. The House of Representatives of the Canadian Parliament consists of 343 seats and a majority must win 172 seats. The party on course to win the most seats in the key province of Ontario and Quebec. On Canada's other coast, the Liberals were elected or leading in 25 of 32 ridings in Atlantic Canada. Mark Carney took office after Justin Trudeau, the leader of the Liberal Party and Prime Minister of Canada, resigned from his position. The public's opposition to US President Donald Trump's statement about Canada had a strong impact on this year's election. Political analysts showcase that the party that has a plan for how to deal with the US President is likely to win the election. Furthermore, Mark Carney, a former central banker with a global resume, is set to stay on Canada's Prime Minister as the Liberal Party that he leads is projected to win the fourth term.
And in your sports news tonight, Vaibhav Suryavanshi has become the youngest centurion in the history of the IPL cricket tournament during the match played yesterday between Rajasthan Royals and Gujarat Titans.
In the meantime, it became a special feature that he also scored the second fastest century in the history of IPL cricket tournament. The match was played at Jaipur. Batting first, Gujarat Titans scored 209 runs for 4 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Shubman Gill scored 84 and Josh Butler scored an unbeaten half-century. In bowling, Mahesh Deekshita claimed 2 wickets for 35 runs. Rajasthan Royals in reply recorded a splendid victory by scoring 212 runs for the loss of a mere 2 wickets in 15.5 overs. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, playing a captivating innings, scored 101 runs in 38 balls, which included 7 boundaries and 11 sixes. He scored his century facing just 35 balls and entered the annals of history as the second fastest scorer of a century in the IPL cricket tournament. So far, the fastest century in IPL was scored by Chris Gayle, where he scored a century in 30 balls in the year 2013. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, still aged 14 years, joined history as the youngest centurion in the history of IPL. Previously, Manish Pandey held this record as the youngest centurion at the age of 19 years.
It's the 14-year-old boy who set the Pink City alight.
මේ අතර තවමත් 14 වෙනි වේ පසුවන විභව සූර්යවංශි.
And that's it on tonight's stories. Do it just tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Shan.